Hello, this is Krista Bedwin, and this is a little video about how to track changes in a document. So we're just going to use this carrot pie recipe as an amusing example. So this happens to be Word. If you want to know about your Microsoft Word, you click here about Microsoft Word. This one happens to be the 2016 version of Word. Other versions of Word might be slightly different, but more or less these steps will be the same. So the first thing that you do is you go to the Review tab and you click that you want to track changes. So you just turn this button on. Now there's another way that you can do that. If you're not seeing it in the toolbar like this, you can go under Tools, and then you can go to Track Changes, and you go Highlight Changes. And then it gives you this option to track changes, track moves, highlight the changes on screen, and highlight the changes in the printed document. We'll look at that in a minute. So these same options that you see here, we're also seeing here across the top. And maybe I will actually make this document a little bit bigger so that we can see. Okay, so this is an article I wrote a long time ago for a magazine. It doesn't really matter what we're editing. I'm just showing you the procedure. So here we are, a carrot pie recipe, and they're saying your family is clamoring for more of it. So let's say that this is too many words and we need to use fewer words. So what you would do is when I delete this now, you see it looks like it just vanished, but there's this little red line here. So what we could do is we could say that we want to see all the markup. And then it shows us over here. In some other versions of Word, you might see it as red crossed out all the time. Now, something for me that I find is that if I have all the changes showing and I'm doing a document that needs heavy changes and I'm editing lots of grammar and having to take articles in and out, like delete the or add the or make a lot of changes to the sentences, then it's quite problematic to have all the changes showing. And that's why it can be really nice to just show simple markup so you can see where those changes are. And I often also hide the comments. So because I deleted all those beautiful words that this writer had tried to write, I'm going to make a comment to show why I did that. And I'm just going to say, to be polite, sorry, we had to reduce the word count so that the writer isn't just seeing you hack it up, because when you see all these red hacks in your article, it's terrible to be edited. So we try to be nice and use polite language. So another thing that I often do is people will have, so for example, instead of saying carrot pie, they will say carrots pie. I think one of the most common comments that I do in English second language writers is I say, when you use a noun as an adjective, you need to make it singular. So you would write carrots, but you write carrot pie. And then that just shows you, this is telling them why I've made this change. So you want to write things that are friendly in the comments, and then the changes will show up when you do it. And if you wanted to do something, so for example, I recently had to change all the acronyms of nanoparticles. I changed it all to the word nanoparticles. And so I didn't want to track that change. So you just turn this button off, or you go up here under tools and you just turn the check boxes off here, see? And then you can make those changes and they won't get tracked. Or if you're changing the capitalization or something, and then when you want to track the changes again, you just turn it back on. So when you receive all the changes, and if you have a very messy document and you want to save all those changes, sorry, when you receive the changes, and if you just want to accept all the changes, you can just go in here and you can go accept all changes, or you can reject all changes also. So if I didn't agree with deleting those words, let's say, then I could reject all changes and that would put it back. You shouldn't be doing this if you're working with a professional editor. You shouldn't reject all their changes because they probably had good reasons for doing them. So again, we can't accept all the changes if we've already rejected them, but you can use Control Z or Command Z to undo that action. That's what I just did there, to undo that. And then we could, and you can accept changes one at a time, or you can, so you see when I accept the first one, then it shows me the next one. And that's pretty much how you use track changes. This is where you add a comment. This will take you through the comments. So if you're working on a 20-page document, this one will just take you from one document comment to the next comment to the next comment. And that's about it. I won't go through comparing documents. That's a bit more complicated.